will now be
Here also,
recorded.
we do some calculations which specially includes DAX. So DAX in the sense it's 140 functions. For sure I'll be covering. I can also do more than that. So the minimum baseline for number of DAX functions to be covered is 140. Okay, so once DAX is covered, the next module we have is Power View, which is also known as a report view. Okay, where we do visuals. Clear? Next, once the Power View is completed, then finally we'll go to the last module, that is Power BI Service. Okay, where you will publish or share the reports with clients or end users. Okay, so you will share the reports with clients or end users. Okay, now this Power BI, ma'am, generally people say license. What is that? So Power BI, these 5 modules are divided into 2 parts. First one is called Power BI Desktop, which you can learn offline. License is not required. And this is offline, and 90% of development. 90% development happens in Power BI Desktop, which you guys will be learning. It is offline. Next option we have here. This is Power BI Service. Last module where you share the content. This is online and license required. Okay. And the remaining 10% of development happens here. So 90% of a Power BI developer work for building a report, for creating a report is done here itself.
Do we use any application or else how we work on these things?
That's what is Power BI Desktop.
So what does desktop?
Sorry?
What does desktop mean?
So generally to communicate with people, what do you generally use? WhatsApp? Correct? What is a WhatsApp?
Yes,
What is WhatsApp?
application to communication.
This is also the same. Power BI Desktop is an application. So see, if I go to the Microsoft Store, generally if you want any apps to be installed, you go to Microsoft Store, correct? Similarly, if you go and ask it for, see, Power BI Desktop, this is also an app, you can install it. Okay, so it's an application, business intelligence tool, which will help you to build the dashboards, reports, and so why do we do visualizations? That also we know, right? You have an easy understanding of things. Correct. Okay, this Power BI Desktop is an application. In that application, so for example, you have WhatsApp. In WhatsApp, you usually go with the status, chat, calling. Similarly, in Power BI Desktop, to build a complete dashboard and share it with the client, you have 4 modules. Based on your requirement and task you have, you will use all these 4 modules. Okay. So these are the
One question.
modules you know. Yes.
So only a PPT will Power BI is helpful or else in any other compressing of macro will it be helpful?
Why do you need macro here? Macros are in Excel. I'm
So
talking about the Power BI tool.
yeah, got it. But it is something advanced tool compared to the Microsoft Excel. That's what I heard.
Obviously, yeah, it's an advanced one. So if to do a macro, you generally program it, right? Here, you need not program it. For example, just look at the application. I'll use it here. So this is my Power BI desktop application. One second, let me get in there. So this is my Power BI desktop application. Okay, so what do we do in this application? In Power BI desktop, as I told you guys, you develop a report and dashboard. Okay, so how do we develop a report and dashboard is, now I'll create a blank report. See here, in this Power BI desktop, you can connect to the data first. So if you go see the get data option, and if I click on, no, I don't want any auto recovered files. Now if I go with get data, click on more option, you will see all the data sources from which a Power BI can get the data from. If you see file, you see these are the different file formats from which you can connect. So this is in the all option all together you have. If you wanted more better understanding, if I click on file, so these are the different file systems which you can connect with in Power BI. So that means if you have a data in Excel, you generally write macros there for a reporting purpose. Here you need not write anything. See, suppose you have Excel workbook, I'll click on connect. Now I'll just select the data. See, it is Excel workbook. Click on open. It will import the data to Power BI desktop. It will ask me, suppose if you have multiple sheets in it, you can select any sheet. Okay, so here for example, see, I have multiple sheets in an Excel file. Now if I click on global orders and load, it will load the data. So now if you see on the right, you have global orders data, which is imported. Okay, so the Power BI, generally when you do in Excel, you will take some time. But here you see in Power BI, I need not do any programming. I selected a pie chart. Here is the chart which is open. I don't want this filtering. I just have to select what you want to show. See, I want to show market, sales. You will have the visual. That's all. Okay. See, it is this simple. So in Excel, is it this simple to build? So generally you build a dashboard using macros sometimes. So see here, this is one visual. To design it, we actually struggle a lot, right? Correct. So now you see, I put a border to this. I can adjust the way I want it. I can control C, control V. I just did control C, control V. Now if I want another visual, I don't want to show market wise, I want segment. See if I want any other visual again. Now I can also add another visual. I can add it here. Now I have this graph. I don't want to show segment here. I want to show regions here. Or you want to change the plot? Yes, you can change the plot. Do you think to do the same, you can work this faster in Excel?
No.
No, right? It would take some
No.
time, correct? Now, don't you think Power BI is really advanced for Excel then? You're doing it very quick, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one of the advantage, because you see, if you want market wise sales, generally we go in Excel, what do? We go select the data, insert pivot, correct? Once we insert the pivot in it, then you will, the pivoted output, whatever we got, on that you will draw the visual, correct? Suppose I have market wise sales. For each market, what is the sale? If you want to know, you do group buys, correct? That is pivot. But here, you see, I need not do anything. There is a visual called table, which automatically does pivoting. It gave market wise sales directly. You need not do pivot, nothing is required. Now, if you also want it segment wise, then I'll go here. Maybe I'll show you like this. See, Africa consumer, Africa corporate, Africa homers. To do the same, you have to select the data, go and select power pivot. After selecting pivot, then you will select the columns, drag and drop the columns, correct? To get the same output in Excel, you have to do a lot of process. But here, you need not do any processes. It is this simple. So that is the
One
reason
last
people,
question.
yes,
So here in where, as per my workplace, I involve with a lot of Excel things like macro update. So
okay.
even this Power BI will help me while resolving macro things.
So basically, I'll tell you macro is you're struggling in Excel. This is the best solution to do the same thing whatever you do using macro.
So it compensates that.
Yes. Okay.
Thank
Yeah. So this would be, I'll tell you a very, very easy way. You cannot even think like you're technical, non-technical, nothing like that. So technical, non-technical, also you know how to drag and drop, right? That's it. Fine. You just have to click on it and it will do its work. It is that simple to work on this. Okay. So I think I'll, because it's day one, I told you general introduction. So I'm just giving you an overview introduction I gave you today. And now I'll spend more time on Q&A. The next 30 minutes, let's do a quick Q&A. And before that, the class would be for 1 hour every day, guys. Okay. And I also wanted to tell you guys, so whatever you learn here, that would really help you in working. So one question usually people ask me, suppose I was in another domain, I want to shift my domain and want to say the previous experience as Power BI and go, then what to do? You can actually, yes, go with it. In this course based on the content, you can survive until the experience of, I'll tell you like, yeah, 10 plus, because I've seen people what tasks they're getting in Power BI. Until the experience of 10 plus, you can easily survive after this course. And ma'am, if you learn only SQL and Power BI, will we get the job? So this would, uh, because I have done a lot of batches. So these are the frequently asked questions. Okay. Enough for job depends on the experience and value. Suppose you are a fresher. Always give me this answer. So as if you are a fresher, okay, if you're a fresher, then approximately they would pay you around 3 to maximum of 5 LPA, correct? Yes or no?
Yes, yes, yes.
The same fresher is also learning Power BI. And now you putting an experience, okay, if you are also learning only same SQL Power BI, are you okay with 3 to 5 lakhs package?
No.
You obviously need more, right? For a fresher, it's always one query language, one programming, okay, then plus one technology. If you want to go into the data analytics, this technology can be Power BI, Tableau, anything of this. Okay. And if you are an experienced, obviously, if you are also having only SQL Power BI knowledge and experience is also having SQL Power BI, suppose you have a company and you are hiring people. We got a fresher who knows SQL Power BI. We got an experience who knows SQL Power BI. And fresher, you have to pay 3 lakhs per annum. Experience, you want to pay 10 lakhs per annum. Whom do you choose? Don't you think your budget comes into picture? Both of them are having the same technologies.
Fresher.
Obviously, why do you want to waste my money or paying 10 lakhs for this experience? I can also go with fresher just with 3 lakhs budget, right? I can save 7 lakhs. Yes or no? So that's the
Yes.
reason from an experienced person, they expect more. Other than SQL and Power BI, they also expect more. What is that more they expect? Yes, you have MSBI, which includes SSIS, SSAS, SSRS. Mom, is this compulsory? It depends purely on the project. It depends purely on the project. Okay, you're going into. Suppose you're going into only SQL Power BI work, you're lucky. Suppose they're using a different data source, then it will be a problem. Okay, so suppose
And what is
there
ML,
there is.
MSBA?
Can I just finish it first, please?
Nine.
Yeah. So basically, whenever you have a data source, for example, you have a data in your cloud. Do you think your data is only 1 GB or 2 GB? Sometimes your data is also huge, right? In real time, it can be more than 1 GB, correct? So in that scenario, we have some limitations in Power BI. To overcome that limitation, we go with this stack. So as I told you guys, in this we have this modules. Okay, to compensate these modules, we use this. So firstly, before writing this, if you want to use Power Query Editor, suppose the size of data limitation you have. Alternatives we have for this is SSIS, Integration Service. You also can use Databricks. You also can use Informatica. Okay, you also can use Ab initio. You can also use Alteryx, etc. Any of the tools can be used to compensate if you are facing anything here. It depends completely on the project. They have their own design of project. You just have to follow it. Obviously, that's the reason, because of the flow of project, based on the architecture of their project, they will put a job requirement, correct? Okay, so they want someone, then they'll hire. Now, this data modeling and Power Pivot together, we have an alternative, that is SSAS. Here also, this is the only alternative people usually prefer, that is SSAS, Analytical Service. These two modules, whatever we have here, can be done using in SSAS. And now the alternative for Power BI. Suppose you want to use Power BI as a reporting tool, very good. Power BI knowledge is good. But there are people who want to use other one like Tableau, correct? So other reporting tools, I'll tell you. So it can be Tableau, it can be SSRS, it can be NIME, it can be MicroStrategy, and it can also be uh, what are the other reporting tools usually you listen more? Quick View, etc. Any reporting tools. Okay, so this is usually the alternatives we have. So MSBI is a technology stack provided by same Microsoft, which is available in SQL Server, that is SQL Server Management Studio. You can use to manage it, and in that SQL Server you can perform using SSIS, SAS and RS management. You can do there. development you will do using the Visual Studio. Okay. So these are just an alternatives for the modules we have in Power BI. Why do we need alternatives? Why do we need alternatives? Is because now if I show you the Power BI, usually we go with Pro license. Okay. So when you go with the Pro license, there is a size limitation. Always, no application is 100% perfect, right? So in order to overcome the problem, you see here, memory size limit you have is 1 GB for Pro license. We usually in office go with Pro license. This is the Pro license. Under this Pro license, if you see, you can only handle 1 GB of data. To overcome this problem, you have a lot of solutions, multiple different mechanisms to overcome all of this. Okay, in that process, one of the alternatives we have are these tools. Okay, so this cannot be understood on a first go. You need some experience. For example, I usually give a very good understanding on this when I go to my this data modeling part. So I'll give notes like this every day, whatever I teach. See here. So you have a vertipack engine. This will reduce the size of data to 1 by 10 size. So how does it work with reducing the size of data based on the licenses or data connectivity modes? By using what can we do? Which tool is where for MSBI and cloud? So this way, I'll teach you guys each and every point which is required in data modeling. That is for sure. So during that module, when we are going with this part, if someone didn't understand because you're new to this, don't worry. You will understand really, really well when you go there. Because once you understand how Power BI is working slowly, only then you can get to understand this. Else everything would be like a Greek and Latin. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So now these are the two frequent questions usually asked to me. Now, do you all have any other questions? If not, I'll quickly give a introduction of mine.
No.
So we are good? Yes. So
Yes.
let me introduce myself. So this is Devi. So I'm presently working in obviously IT sector. Cannot reveal the company right now. So I usually started my career working with data science, where I have done NLP part a more bit compared to machine learning and deep learning initially. I have also been like into that career where I have proved myself as a NLP specialist, natural language processing specialist, and I did work on machine learning after that. So other than these two, yeah, I did work on BI tools along with this as well, because data science also sometimes needs some reporting tool. Okay, so I did work on reporting tools and data sciences. So the technologies which I have explored till date, if I have to tell you, coming to programming languages, yes, I'm a Python programmer. Okay, my programming language is Python. So other than Python, I do also uh, can understand a Java code really well. I do can understand HTML, CSS, these programming as well. And coming to the databases, yes, I did work on multiple databases like SQL Server, MySQL, Teradata, PostgreSQL and things. And coming to the query language, yes, SQL is my query language. And coming to the BI tools, so Tableau, Power BI, and MicroStrategy are my reporting tools. Other than this, yeah, Microsoft Stack, obviously everyone should have an understanding on that. And yeah, that's a short introduction of mine. And people who ever feel, ma'am, I'm from non-technical, ma'am, can I survive here? Yes, we can survive, because I am from a non-technical, you usually call that background, that is from life sciences. I've done my bachelor's in biotechnology, genetics and chemistry, and master's in biotechnology. During this process, I have gone through a project called bioinformatics. So we use systems in our life sciences. During that, I started exploring analytics, and yeah, after the masters, I got an opportunity. I was searching for an opportunity to work in the startups. So yeah, startup is really a good choice to explore things. I did went to a startup as a fresher, understood and learned a lot of things, and then the career went on in a flow. Okay, so this is a short, brief introduction of mine. Uh, I think I've been talking since last 40 minutes. So with this, I'll stop me talking and I want you guys to shoot out your questions if you have any. We have 15 minutes, so please shoot out your questions.
Hello.
Ma'am, is there any chances for the real-time experiences?
Yes, I teach all the real-time scenarios whichever I face in my office as well. So what happens with me is, suppose I do work my office every day, right? During that, if I face any problem and how I got the solution, immediately when that module comes to you, guys, this was the problem even I faced, so this is how you can outcome. Like this, I'll whenever I have a scenario faced in my office, I come here and I'll tell you guys during the classes. That's how I share.
Like in
Okay?
our training period, are you going to cover the topics on SSIS, SSAS, and SSRS?
No, no, this is purely only SQL and Power BI course. Purely SQL Power BI.
Okay, okay, fine.
But if you go with SSIS immediately right now, none of you will understand. First learn SQL. Once you understand the architecture of Power BI, then MSBA would be a right choice. Just a suggestion, still if you want to give it a try in a different way, yes, you guys can go with it. But just a suggestion, go with understanding a Power BI, then go there. It would be a good, good way of learning.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Hi. Hello.
Your
Hi.
voice is very low. Be louder.
Yeah. Hi. Hi. Am I audible now?
Yes. Yes, you are
So
clearly audible.
here, so Power BI is there, right, already. So why again we go for SSIS, RS, and SSAS?
That's what I told you. See, it's a business.
Hmm.
It's purely business by Microsoft, I can tell you, because he gave us a product which we can use, and he created a limitation and gave a solution as MSBA. Because Power BI you pay very less. He don't want to give all the features for it. So that's why he wants you to pay more and get another alternative by the same company.
But Power BI is related to SSRS, right? So it is
No,
required only
Power BI is
SSIS
not
and
only related to SSRS. Just now I told you here, Power BI has multiple modules. Power Query Editor is similar to SSIS. Data modeling and Power Query is similar to SSAS. Power View is only SSIS. Only visual part is SSIS. Other than visuals, you do a lot of things in Power BI. To get that visual properly, you have to clean your data and a lot of things you do in the background.
So in the companies Power BI can use, but they are not again using SSRS, right?
Yes, either you use any one of these. You cannot use all of them, any one. Okay? Guys, is my
Yeah.
voice not
Okay.
clear?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
clear,
ma'am,
right?
sometimes it's not clear.
I hear a disturbance from Ishwar. Can you please mute yourself? Yeah, disturbance is from your side. Now my voice is clear?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
I think the disturbance was from Ishwar's side. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? I'm giving a lot of Q&A. You can
Uh,
shoot out
so
your questions,
so
guys.
do we need to like what kind of how to memorize the this coding part? Like, do we have like any challenges to memorize this? Uh,
See,
what to say?
nothing is
This code.
memorizing in IT. In IT, nothing is memorizing. Memorizing,
Uh,
important questions, everything is done when you're schoolings and colleges only. Here, everything is implementation, logical implementation. Based on the task, you have to get an idea. That's all. That thing memorizing.
So
Okay.
basically, my query begins with see, whenever we start any query with the Excel thing, we require certain condition format for knowing the background, what kind of formula need to be inputted. So here also we need to like when we trying
See,
to
when
put
I'm
any
teaching
code.
you, one second.
Uh,
When I'm teaching you, automatically I'll tell you what all options are available. So based on the each option, how it is performing, if you're learning already, then automatically you get an understanding. Okay, this is the option we have. So if this is the task, I think this option will do similar task. Yes, that's how you have to work. If you learn all the options based on the tasks, the way output you want, you can decide, okay, this was there. I have gone through this option. Yes, let me use that option here. That's how you have to do. No important questions, no memorizing, no
Hi, ma'am.
mug-ups, nothing. Okay?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah. Yes, Prasad?
Uh, yeah. What is the difference between the roles? Like Power BI developer and data analyst, both are similar,
This
work-wise.
will be very clearly covered tomorrow. That's why I told data and technology. I know people have this a lot of questions on this. I'll be covering that tomorrow in brief. It cannot be finished in 1 or 2 minutes. So to understand that, you need a lot of understanding background, how these technologies are used, what technology where. Then you will get an understanding. Okay. Just wait for another
Okay.
day. Tomorrow we
And
will have a brief discussion on
yeah,
it.
yeah. And in these sessions, right, we'll only cover the topics with respect to Power BI developer and also as well as Power BI administration also.
See, Power BI administration is different from development, as people say, but I say it's like a developer only mostly. So I'll be covering Power BI report buildings, dashboard buildings, and development part completely, which also
Okay.
includes little more about the admin as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But in that we have some more topics like some server-wise like that we have.
Exactly, that's what I'm telling you. It has setting options more in Power BI
Okay.
admin.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, admin settings part. We are not going with the settings part because in office, if you're working as a Power BI developer, setting
Hmm.
parts will not be covered for you. Like you, they'll
Hmm.
not ask you to do settings mostly if you're going as Power BI developer.
Okay.
Got it?
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah.
Hi David, this is Karthik Reddy.
Yes.
How are the opportunities for Power BI?
Uh, so I think if I have to answer this, uh, previously until last 2 months back, the market was different. Now the market is different. So I usually talk to a lot of students and people who ever get the job, then come back to me and tell me, ma'am, this is how I got the job. So this is how the work is. This is work is, right? So nowadays when people are talking to me, I always got a lot of queries telling that, ma'am, there is a transition from Power Tableau to Power BI, ma'am. They're changing all the reports which are in Tableau to Power BI, ma'am. So this was 40 to 50% of the queries I got. So listening to that, don't you think Power BI is coming up more than Tableau?
Yes.
So the reason is especially the budget. The license for Tableau is $70 per single user, whereas Power BI $10 per one user. So So don't you think there's a lot of difference when it comes to bulk in the project? Yes, right. This is one reason why Tableau Power BI, but more about the differences between Tableau Power BI, you will have it here in session 3. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Um, yes, ma'am. Like people with 2 to 3 years of experience, like these classes are sufficient or need to?
I think I just discussed it here.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? And there is an announcement for you guys. This notes, whatever I'm writing here, I'll be posting it in the classroom link. Whoever wants to access that classroom link, I think you got some notifications to your mail IDs to log into classrooms if you've enrolled. So, or if you don't receive it, if you didn't receive it, in the chat box, they have provided the classroom link. You can join that to access this notes. Once the class is completed, in some time, I'll be posting all the notes there. Okay, you can make use of that and go through this notes, whoever wants a reference of it back. Did you get that?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Hi.
Okay, so this
Yeah.
is about my first session. So if you guys have any other questions, you can feel free to ask. If no questions, you can feel free to leave and join back tomorrow to understand more. Let's continue to learn more tomorrow. Where I'll be having 2 more sessions. One is on data and technology. The other one is comparing the BI tools. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone
Yeah.
was about to
Can
ask the question.
can we perform the operations which are done in SQL, same operations in Power BI?
Yes, there you will type the SQL query. Here you will click the options.
Like we can cover most of them or
See, why do you
every,
want to do it here? 1 second. First, my question is, can we do it? You're asking. Why do you want to do it?
like I have an opportunity to do as SQL. Like just now you have said, the operations which we have we have to do like hard coded. So I have suggested him that I have asked him that can I come into your company with the help of Power BI, but he said no, you have to come with SQL only.
Uh-huh. Because the data cleaning is happening in SQL. So he told us, no, you have to do it in SQL.
Okay,
It's that simple. Okay.
okay, okay,
Always for a data, there is something called pre-processing. There we use SQL more. So obviously, when they're telling no, not Power BI, only SQL, that means they're having a huge data. So Power BI can't handle that huge data. So they want to finish all the pre-processing before in SQL, then create new tables, then push it to Power BI. This should be their process.
okay,
Okay?
okay.
Yeah. Guys, whoever doesn't have any questions, please feel free to leave. So that's about it for today. So if no questions, please let me know.
Hello, hi ma'am.
Yes, hi.
Yeah, as experienced person,
Uh-huh.
all the skills are mandatory here. SQL, Power BI, and including SSIS and AS
It's
also is
not
required.
mandatory, I'll tell you. See, it's not mandatory. It depends on the project you're going in. Okay, suppose you have applied for a job where they're using SSIS only for uh, cleansing the data, but remaining completely in Power BI, then obviously SSIS and RS is not required, right? If you learn it so that later you can apply for any job. Suppose they're using it, they're not using it, you go for any job, right?
Yeah,
You get that? It's not
yeah.
compulsory that they use SSIS ASRS for experience. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they might use Databricks, sometimes they might use Informatica. Okay, guys, very first day, I know you guys will not be clear. It will be confusing. Okay, but slowly you will get. Very first, if you want to understand everything, no, it won't be clear for you. That's what I can tell you. You need some time to digest this slowly. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is
Okay.
Surendra. Last question.
Yes. Yes.
So, do we have enough opportunities in the market, like when we uh, go with SQL along with the Power BI?
Yes, we have.
Not for the
Okay,
fresher,
I'll
like
tell you, but I'll tell you for fresher, it's not about the technology. For fresher, it's always one programming language, one query language. Then if you say that this is the extra technology I have, your career will go into that technology which you know. If not, you know very clearly for freshers, any job is fine, they think, and go there, right?
yes,
So
yes,
they'll
correct.
push you to any domain. If you don't want to go into any domain and you want to decide yours, then yeah, you can choose this.
So, when you say the programming, so what kind of programming is required?
So it depends. If you go with Java programming, if you go with Python programming,
Voice is breaking, so I missed it.
you can go with Python programming or you can go with Java programming. Depends on, see, this is like a
Oh,
hit and run. So suppose you want to you want to purchase a phone, Android phone. Will you purchase only definitely OnePlus only, or do you have other choices as well? You have a lot of choices, right? MI, Vivo, Samsung, correct. But why do you choose OnePlus out of that? Is absolutely your decision and the features it has. Similarly, these tools also. You have a lot of tools for doing the same work. What they choose can include a lot of features in the background, like budget, the business budget, or the compatibility between the technologies. Multiple things can be there by a solution architect who will design this project. So based on their requirement, they'll hire you. Okay?
okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
This is Pawan, ma'am. Good morning.
Yes. Tell me.
Hello, ma'am. I have a totally different question. Actually, I am from a non-technical background,
Uh-huh.
and I want to shift to transition to a technical.
Uh-huh.
So I have two options actually, whether to go forward with Power BI or Pega. One of my friend is suggesting to go forward with Pega at this point.
See,
So I
I
want your
cannot tell
suggestion.
you not to go there, not to go here. It's absolutely
Yeah,
your choice. But why I'll tell you is your friend has told you Pega to go with, correct? I
yeah.
have
My
a
my
lot of
choice
my
was earlier. My choice. Yeah, ma'am.
let me finish, please. So I
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
lot of friends of mine, lot of colleagues of mine who worked in Pega, came back to Power BI. And what do you say now?
Okay. No, ma'am. It's like I'm totally pressure right to the technical side. So just I want your advice or suggestion. That's like
So I cannot
because
suggest anything specially because see, both the technologies has their own features. Okay, Pega,
yeah.
people usually go with that because they need not code. SQL
Yes.
Power BI also doesn't have any coding.
Yes.
Then why not? Then go browse in the Chrome, see the job opportunities for Pega, understand what is Pega, and then go with the Power BI skill, understand overview of Power BI, or you can also
Mm.
ask a lot of YouTube questions, which is better. Why? You will get it very clearly. But it's not a
Yeah.
1 minute answer.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, you're right. But
But
actually,
the
my choice was
suggestion
Power BI. That's why.
is
Yeah.
the
Yes, ma'am.
suggestion by people for you would be mostly to go with Power BI only when compared with Pega
Yes.
for sure.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, you're right. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah. Thank you very much, ma'am.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, guys, it's already 3 minutes out of the scheduled time. Thank you so much for joining. Whoever wants the notes, please join that classroom link. I'll share the notes. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.
Thank you, ma'am. See you
Thank
tomorrow.
you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.